yourself. Encourage yourself. You know, life in itself can bring us discouragement. Life in itself can dish us blows and give us circumstances that makes things very depressing and hard and difficult to get through. Sometimes when we are discouraged, we often look for people to encourage us. We look for things to encourage us. Some people, when they look for encouragement, they lead their best friend to talk to in order to be encouraged. Some people, when they are down and out and depressed, to encourage themselves, they need a high. They need a stimulus. So in order to get that high and that stimulus, they turn to things like alcohol and drugs because they need something to pick them up. Some people, instead of using illegal drugs, actually go to psychiatrists, and psychiatrist ends up prescribing them certain type of stimulus or antidepressants that will help them to encourage themselves or to not to have such a down mood about themselves. Because when you're discouraged, when you're not encouraged or discouraged, life becomes hard to function. It becomes hard to live as Christ lives, or let Christ live through you. It becomes very difficult even to hold your head up, or it becomes difficult to have faith that God is going to make a way. It becomes difficult to pray even to God. Sometimes when you are discouraged and you are asking God for an answer and for help, it becomes very difficult even to pray, because you say, God, I've been asking you, and I'm not hearing you. And so it becomes difficult sometimes even to pray. Sometimes you'll find in life that it's hard to find encouragement. Sometimes your friends might not be around. Sometimes the stimulus, well, you shouldn't be using stimulus anyway, right? Amen. Amen. But sometimes you can't get even if it's legal, get your hands on the stimulus that you need. Sometimes you have to learn how to encourage yourself. When the phone rings with your friend and they don't answer, you got to learn how to encourage yourself. When people are talking about you, you have to learn how to encourage yourself. When you have experienced great loss, you have to learn how to encourage yourself. In our text on today, David and his men, they were had left their loved ones at Ziklag. They had left because to go on to fight other different battles. Now remember, at this time in the history of Israel, David had been on the run from Saul. David is not yet king. Saul is still living. And David had been on the run from Saul. The kingdom of Israel is dividing itself. David is now becoming the leader of the southern part of Israel. This southern part of Israel is known as Judah. Judah is the south part of Israel. The name Judah itself means praise. It means praise. It means praise. And so as David now becomes the leader of this southern part of Israel, not only is he on the run from Saul, who is still remaining the king of all of Israel, but primarily is leading the northern part of Israel, David is also having to be on the run from other enemies as well. Now in our text on today, as he and his men were going out to have to fight and be on guard from what Saul even was trying to do, there is an attack that takes place.